Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the first topic of our life process chapter, that is nutrition. And in this, we are taking first of all amoeba. You know very well that amoeba is a unicellular organism in which food actually it's intake the food by the help of pseudopodia and all the five steps of holozoic nutrition like ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion takes place within the one cell only. You can see that there are the various kind of diagram which showing that how amoeba intake the food, how it digests the food in its food vacuole. It's like a temporary stomach, and how it absorbs and egests out the food after the digestion. Now we are going to read what is the theory content of this PDF. Amoeba is a unicellular animal living in water. It takes in food by forming finger-like projection called pseudopodia. Pseudopodia, that means we can say just like a false feet. Actually, it's a unicellular organism and it does not have any kind of cell wall. So, you know very well that the membrane is very flexible in the structure. That's why it can form any kind of structure. Okay, so it usually projects some kind of outer growth which arise in the form of pseudopodia. In the simple words, we can say these are false feet, and by these feet or by the pseudopodia, it helps to intake the food. Actually, it's capture the food by this pseudopodia. Okay, after that, when it intake the food, it store its food into the food vacuole, which is formed after the intake of food particles. It's like a temporary stomach where the digestion takes place in unicellular organism. Inside the food vacuole, the food is digested and absorbed because amoeba secrete all digestive enzymes within the food vacuole only, which digest the food, and after the digestion of food, absorption takes place by the food vacuole. The undigested food is then sent out to the surface of the cell. Actually, this food vacuole comes to the outermost surface of the membrane and finally it's ruptured. Due to that, whatever the content present inside the food vacuole, which is the waste product actually, it's to be moved out, and that is the existence of waste material. Okay, now that's other structure is showing that how the nutrition takes place in human being. Why we are reading amoeba, that is a unicellular, and human being? Because holozoic nutrition, holozoic type of nutrition present in both kind of organism. We are multicellular, still we are showing holozoic. Amoeba is a unicellular and that is also showing holozoic nutrition. Now, nutrition in human being takes place in the digestive system. It consists of the alimentary canal and glands which produce enzyme which breaks down food into smaller molecules. The main organs of digestive systems are mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine and anus. Actually, this is the all are parts of alimentary canal. The main glands are salivary gland, gastric gland, liver, pancreas, and intestinal gland. So one by one, with the help of diagram, we can read this all the structure. You can see at there, that is the structure of human alimentary canal. Finally, it start from mouth, and you can see that that is a yellowish structure which are associated with our alimentary canal. These are the digestive glands. Actually, they produce saliva which are present in our mouth. Okay, at the bottom of that surface of mouth, that is a tongue, and that is a muscular flap like structure is present, which helps in intake of food, as well as it's also help for the speaking, and it's also help for detection of taste of the food. After that, it opens into the pharynx, and finally pharynx leads to the esophagus. Esophagus, it's a long tubular structure of alimentary canal. It's a pipe like structure which opens into the stomach. Stomach is a sac-like structure where food is stored temporarily for 4 to 5 hours, where churning is occur for the mixing of food, where HCl, acid and mucus and some kind of pepsinogen, renin and amylase. Amylase I not saying that's lipase enzymes also secrete by the stomach. After that, this stomach leads to the small intestine via duodenum. Duodenum is the smallest part of small intestine, where the two special ducts, that is hepatic duct and pancreatic duct, combinedly open and pour their secretion into the duodenum only. Liver is the largest gland of the body, and below that gallbladder is associated. You can see that in the blue color, gallbladder which store the bile juice. Actually, liver form bile juice, whereas gallbladder store this bile juice, and whenever the required, this bile juice shift into the small intestine. Pancreas also produce some digestive enzyme. Actually, it is a mixed gland which produce some hormones as well as enzymes. Insulin enzyme, which is related with diabetes, actually, that is also secreted by pancreas only. So after that, ileum, jejunum, these are also part of small intestine. Ileum is the most important part of small intestine because most of the digestion takes place within this ileum, and absorption also occur in that only. After that, this ileum opens into the cecum. It's a part of large intestine, cecum, colon and rectum. These are the parts of large intestine where water is absorbed from the digested food, and medicines and drugs are also absorbed by there. Now, finally, the undigested food is stored into the rectum, and whenever this rectum completely filled with fecal matter, it produces some kind of reflex which helps to remove fecal matter outside through the anus. So this is the also another diagram of human digestive system or alimentary canal. Among them, you can draw any one of them. Now, this is the structure of mouth and stomach. Now, mouth. The food is broken down into smaller particles by the teeth and mixed with saliva from the salivary gland. Saliva contains the enzyme salivary amylase, which converts starch into sugar. Actually, starch is a large molecule of food which convert into the simplest molecule, and this molecule conversion takes place with the help of salivary amylase only, which is digested, which is secreted by the salivary glands. Then the food passes through the esophagus and then into the stomach. In the stomach, the gastric gland produce gastric juice which contain the enzyme pepsin, HCl and mucus. Pepsin breaks down protein, HCl makes the medium acidic and helps the action of pepsin. Mucus protects the wall of the stomach from the action of acid, and the food passes into the small intestine. So all these events occur in our mouth and stomach only, where the food is partially digested and the physical breakdown of food takes place. So for today class, that is enough. In another class we will discuss how the chemical digestion of food takes place inside the body. Till then, goodbye, have a nice day to all my dear students.